Amnesty is a pardon extended by the government to a group or class of persons, usually for a political offense. The act of a sovereign power officially forgiving certain classes of persons who are subject to trial but have not yet been convicted.
The background to amnesty was that the first United States amnesty was in 1986. It allowed millions of illegal immigrants to receive a green card, which could then lead to U.S. citizenship in later years. Before this first amnesty was granted, the United States government had only given amnesty on a case-by-case basis, which was only done on a small scale. For over 200 years, this was how the government granted amnesty, but in 1986, Congress introduced new immigration legislature. They passed the Immigration Reform and Control Act, or IRCA, which gave approximately 2.8 million illegal immigrants legal status in the U.S. The result of this amnesty, introduced by Congress, was that illegal immigration grew in significant numbers.
Immigration amnesty is the process of granting legal immigration status to persons who are in the United States illegally. Persons who entered the U.S. illegally or persons whose immigration status has expired may qualify for immigration amnesty. The process while seeking immigration amnesty is you have to first check if you are eligible. You must then get a qualified immigration attorney. You need to fill out the application to register permanent residence or adjust status, also known as Form I-485. You must complete the form and submit it to the USCIS. The USCIS will review your application and will inform you about their decision. As you wait for the decision regarding your application, there are certain things you are not supposed to do. You cannot leave the U.S. without completing certain documentation and forms. Ensure that you follow all such rules to see that your application is not rejected.
To deal with immigration amnesty, Obama and Biden believe that we need to secure our borders to support additional personnel, infrastructure, and technology on the border and at our ports of entry, improve our immigration system, bring people out of the shadows in which undocumented immigrants who are in good standing pay a fine, learn English, and go to the back of the line for opportunity to become citizens, and then work with Mexico to promote economic development in which a decrease of illegal immigration occurs.
We are pro-amnesty because amnesty may be extended when the authority decides that bringing citizens into compliance with the law is more important than punishing them for past offenses. Amnesty after a war helps end a conflict. While laws against treason, sedition, etc. are retained to discourage future traitors during future conflicts, it makes sense to forgive past offenders after the enemy no longer exists, which had attracted their support, but a significant number remains in flight from authorities.
The downside of amnesty is that it can raise questions of justice at times. A controversial issue in the United States regarding whether illegal immigrants should be granted some form of amnesty. It is proposed that illegal immigrants be able to come forward and immediately receive probationary status. This is criticized as being a reward for breaking the law. Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger said in regards to an amnesty program similar to the one the federal government undertook in the late 1980s would be ill-advised today. He said, quote, "It backfired big time. It sent the wrong message. You come here illegally, and then we go and give you amnesty. So then the next million come and say, hey, we get amnesty. This is really terrific," unquote. The costs would also continue to increase if amnesty was allowed. Controversies also raised towards amnesties given to alleged perpetrators of the most serious crimes in international law. That's why amnesty has downsides.